Hello everybody and welcome back once again. My name is Jordan, also known as J-Monster, being joined by AdmiralThrawn here for the second match of his series with AzkDaDwarf. The Dwarf? I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's, AzkDaDwarf is what I call him, I guess.
Yeah, there you go. You can see it on screen. So, similar formation here. Looks like a fairly similar army composition. You've got a really balanced force that's quite cav heavy, not quite as heavy as the last time. You got 5 cav instead of 6. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your strategy going into this?
Sure, yeah. So I figured, I was very surprised that he took Harad. I knew that Harad had good cavalry, and so I figured I'd have to face a powerful cav force. So but I figured the infantry was going to suck, which they generally do. So basically, I brought a pretty balanced force. I brought more archers than him. I brought some good heavy infantry to hold the line, and I brought some good sort of anti-cav clan guard back here to basically take out his cav along with my cavalry. So all in all, I'd say a pretty overall balanced force. I figured it would be a good way to counter him.
And he just brought a mountain of Serpent Guard. There's like 4 units in there.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, no, I was surprised that he brought that much. I figured it would be like 2 units of Serpent Guard and then maybe 2 units of like lighter Harad cavalry.
Harad is a ballsy choice too, especially when you're down, because they are not one of the kind of powerhouse factions that you usually see in these tournaments.
But they really aren't. Yeah, I was surprised. I expect we'll see more of them now after this battle. Let's just say, not to spoil anything, but yeah, they're definitely good, better than I expected.
And those Trollmen of Harad, real good pick against a runic army. They're cheap. They have AP and they have 2 hit points.
Yeah, definitely. I was able to get some good archer shots, and normally archers are the key to taking them out, but I just didn't get enough archer shots on them, and I was not going to do it.
Which I think we're going to see why in just a few moments here.
Yeah, definitely. But still, yeah, these Serpent Guard, purely from the models, you wouldn't think that they're better than the heavy cataphracts, but they actually are. They are a strictly better units. So basically, he had 4 of these elite heavy cav units that are better than the cataphracts, and I had, I believe, 2 heavy cataphracts, and then I think 3 or 4 units of light cav who were not as good.
Yeah, so the variant lancers are good. Like, they're great on a charge, but in a prolonged melee, if they get surrounded, they're gone.
Yeah, especially against that sort of heavy cavalry like the Serpent Guard. So basically, yeah, he has a very clear cavalry advantage here just by having better units and almost as many. And then I figured I could sort of account for that by basically pulling off my clan guard to back up my infantry. But apparently not.
I mean, it's a good idea to use that because they are AP and they are anti-cav, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, it takes a lot of micro to be able to keep them up with the cavalry, and if the cavalry sort of pulls back, it's hard to chase.
Yeah, then they're isolated. You really have to commit.
Yeah, totally. One mistake I made here was I didn't want to shoot the fire arrows, but I sort of lost track of my archers while I was macroing the cavalry.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
it's a bit of an oops, mistake, especially in rain.
Not hugely important though, I'd say. I mean, he's done the same spaghetti line formation here, where he's got a really thin line of pikemen that can take out infantry and some really heavy infantry to back them up. So honestly, I would say the spaghetti line of pikemen is actually looking like a more and more effective combination, I would say.
It definitely is. If you played any Rome 2 multiplayer, that's kind of the go-to formation, is this long, thin formation. Whereas if your opponent doesn't deploy with that, it's very easy to wrap around them. The only real problem is that it makes them a little bit more vulnerable to charges. Obviously not from the front, because pikemen are still powerful. But
yeah, totally. Yeah, no, I definitely think that the spaghetti line is a very effective tool here for Third Age. Yeah, so I do some of the... Oh, go ahead.
I'm definitely going to start using it in my next few battles.
Yeah, same here, I think. And then I pretty soon I'm going to start doing that sort of what I normally do with the cavalry skirmishing, where I send out a unit of cavalry to sort of harass the archers. And one thing that I will say is this as well. These Serpent Guard, I'm able to bait them into archer range, and I'm able to shoot them a whole bunch. I'd kill one of them.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right here.
Yeah, it's like these guys will not die from anything. Like, I'm shooting with all my heavy archers, I kill one. So that sort of gives you a preview of what I'm going to be facing against these guys later on in the cav fights.
You definitely need some Rhun backup.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so I'm looking at this unit of Variag Lancers here that's going to run right through your lines. That's actually a really good... I like that on your part because all of his cav is concentrated on that one wing. So if he wants to protect his archers, well, he does have a unit of spearmen there, kind of.
Yeah,
In
he has one
anticipation
unit
of that.
pikemen, but the thing is, pikemen are really slow though, so they can't do much to defend them.
And he's quick to react. He's got spearmen already moving forward, but that was a good plan on your part. He definitely left a big opening here.
Yeah.
Oh, here it goes. You're probably gonna pull them out of there. Oh no. Oh yeah, they did get caught by those spearmen there, and now they're getting shot by archers. This is like the last place that you want your very lancers to be, unfortunately.
Definitely, yeah. But I mean, they didn't take that much damage though, and so here the cav fight is actually starting now. I'm able to charge in with my heavy cataphracts and with my heavy spearmen, and I'm like, okay, this is gonna be good. I'm gonna slaughter him because heavy spearmen.
Doesn't look like that's what's happening though. Oh, he's bringing up. Oh, you've got a unit to come around the flanks and try and hit them in the rear, but he's still got more Serpent Guard to throw in the way.
Well, yeah, no, my heavy cataphracts are like one of the units is like at half strength already.
You did do a lot of damage to his cav. I can see a lot of dead Serpent Guard in there.
Yeah,
but
not enough though.
No, not enough. And now all these Clan Guard are presenting a really nice opportunity for his archers, which is what he looks like he's capitalizing on.
Yeah, definitely. But also over here, as you can see, he has. I get my lancers engaged and my cataphracts engaged with this stuff, and he gets a really good rear charge here into my cavalry.
Yeah, I saw that.
That was just some bad micro on my part. I was trying to micro my spearman back into the fight, and he was just able to like ride over me there.
Still, looks like it's still anybody's battle on the right flank there, but
yeah, definitely.
damn.
I'm able to get a good charge off on his archers as well here.
I love that huge cav blob. Just don't see that very often.
Definitely, yeah. But I mean, like, yeah, he sort of keeps pulling back, but whenever he does, I kind of lose micro on my cav, and he's able to get these rear charges in, which is just, again, that's bad micro on my part.
There's a big charge going off right here, just crushing those poor Clan Guard.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But you're doing a pretty good job at trying to surround him and forcing him to like run through a unit of Clan Guard, which is, even for the Serpent Guard, that's not so good. Yeah,
true. I mean, I'm definitely killing a lot of his cav, but I've just lost so much cav and so much Clan Guard in the process that it's like, it's definitely, I would say, this engagement plan in his favor, just because he lost most of his cav, I lost just a ton of stuff, a ton of units.
Yeah, here comes a nice rear charge off on your cataphracts.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, and there goes your general. That's hard.
Yep.
Let's go take a look at the infantry fight in the center. It's a little chaotic. These Loke Flag Rim don't seem too sure of themselves.
Yeah, I didn't really want to engage with the big pike wall line, so I sort of like pushed him forward to take up the archers, but I didn't really want to actually fight that, like head to head.
No, definitely not. Not with those trollmen on the flanks. You're doing it looks like you're. See, this is a really good angle for your archers to be shooting into because they don't get that shield bonus on the right-hand side.
Yeah, you would think, but even so, though, it's like they've only killed one of them so far. It's like probably doing some HP damage, but still, it's like not enough. Too little, too late.
It does soften them up, but you're right, not enough.
So yeah, so I sort of technically kind of sort of won the cav fight, so I'm circling around with what's left. But I have so few healthy units left that it's not much at all.
You do have a lot of Clan Guard, though, more than I expected.
Yeah, I've definitely got some Clan Guard left. But it's like, at this point, he definitely has the heavy infantry advantage, and he's able to sort of quickly capitalize on that and engage.
Looks like he's going to start moving forward now.
Yeah, definitely.
Try and push you into an engagement that's not necessarily the most favorable for you.
Yeah. I mean, like, those trollmen are definitely going to cut through my Loke Flag Rim, and the pikemen will do the same to my my low camper. It's like hard heavy, runic heavy infantry is good, but they aren't actually as good as you would think from how they look with the armor.
Oh, I know, right?
Yeah, totally. Like purely from their the visuals, you'd think they would just cut through anything, but like in reality, not as much.
So looks like the big infantry fight is about to explode here. Oh man, that Serpent Guard. I gotta say, I'm really impressed with the way both of you guys are playing this battle. It seems like it's kind of really even though he does have heavy infantry advantage. I'm just really enjoying watching this. You're doing a great job just kind of responding to the things that he's doing, but he's also doing so well at deploying his troops to find like that perfect favorable engagement, like putting his trollmen on the flanks in response to you moving your Loke flag rim there, getting in with your pikemen against his pikemen. It's just really good.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah, I mean, at this point, I have very few tools left in my toolbox to actually be able to take him out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm able to route this one unit of pikemen in the center here, but it's like I have so little cav left that he's able to just pull off all these great hammer and anvils on me.
Mm-hmm. I see a hammer and anvil coming off on your end right here with your cataphracts and your Variag Relancers all together. Kaboom!
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now, if he didn't have his general there, that would have caused just general panic in the in his ranks. He might have been able to break the whole center.
Yeah, but yeah, no, in this case, not enough. And also, he's still got these heavy dismounted serpent guards, and those guys are just, like, terrifying.
Yeah.
Like, they can cut through anything that I have in the field right now. And I would basically have to have some, like, heavy cavalry to take him out, and I just have, like, 4 guys left.
Just not enough, yeah.
Yeah.
And they're so healthy, too. This one's got 104. I don't know where the other one's hiding out right now.
Yeah. They're on the 2 different flanks, but yeah, they're both super healthy. Like, yeah, so at the end of the battle, it's like, I mean, it was all pretty close, but he had those 2 heavy units of Serpent Guard left, and I had no answer to them.
Oh, looks like the Clan Guard is starting to flee.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the whole front is basically falling apart at this point. Like, even the archers are doing well. Like, I've got his archers with like 2 units of cav, and even still they're holding out well. It's like,
yeah, there's just so many of them.
Yeah, totally. Like, it feels when you're fighting this battle, it felt like all of his units were like magically buffed above mine. Like, I mean, they weren't obviously. It was just like really good micro on his part, but it felt like they were all buffed. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like, every time I thought that I would win a fight, they would be like, "Nope, you're not. You're not going to win."
Yeah, I mean, especially with the pikemen versus pikemen, your pikemen are way more heavily armored than his, and I would have expected his to just kind of die a lot faster.
I think it's because his pikemen are longer than mine, and so they were able to basically poke me before I could poke them.
Mm.
Yeah, I think that he has long pikes, I have short pikes, and that's enough to basically win the engagement. So yeah, I think definitely the meta in this tournament has evolved quite a bit. So it seems like the meta was my formation of the sort of the Gondor half-moon formation, and now the meta is the spaghetti line of pikemen. So,
see, I guess. No, go for it, man.
I guess next season we'll have to see if anybody can beat that.
Speaking of, for everybody watching, next season is in a couple weeks, I believe. Next time Arrow has a chance to set it up. But on the topic of different metas, I really like this because it makes the tournaments so much more interesting. Especially in the first tournament that I played, it felt like a lot of people just picked the same factions, like the same factions that everybody was comfortable with. But then you see someone come in and play Harad and do this well, and it really makes you want to watch and see what happens next and participate in these tournaments. So I think that's an awesome thing.
Yeah, definitely. I got to say, the thing that I most respect about this series is he was able to pick 2 factions that were both like totally out there picks, and he made them work really well. So I think we'll see a lot more of those 2 factions coming up soon.
Absolutely. I hope both of you participate in the next tournament because I really
looking
like
forward to
watching
it
these
for
battles.
A rematch, yeah.
All right, so I guess I will see you again in the third one, which I haven't seen yet, so it's going to be as much a surprise for me as it is for everyone else. So take care, everybody. Bye-bye.